Hello everybody, meteorologist Jim Rinaldi here. I want to take a look at some severe weather threat as we're heading through the day tomorrow for the Mississippi and Tennessee valleys. SPC currently has a moderate risk out, and looking at what I'm looking at here, I'm wondering if that might be a little bit overdone. And I'll show you why as we go through. Right here is our surface map with the pressure and dew points. And here we have an area of low pressure up here. Pretty well-defined dry line coming here across into western Tennessee towards western Mississippi. You can pretty much see the isotherms dropping off very rapidly there. So that's we have good lift, we have good moisture out ahead of it. These darker oranges here are dew points approaching 70, and here we have dew points between 65 and 70 up in here. So yeah, we have some decent lot of moisture. We have good low-level lift, and we have the dry line as well. So we do have ingredient. I mean, this is going to be a good day tomorrow for severe weather, but I'll show you why I'm a little bit wondering if the moderate risk maybe is overdone. So here we'll go here to the low-level jets. Here's 925 millibars. Not too much of a jet here, but look what we do have going on here. We do have southerly winds here. Then right behind it a kind of a southwest wind, south-southwest. So we got some convergence, surface convergence in this area. Now, 850 millibars, we have a very well-defined jet, particularly up here across western Tennessee into extreme northern Mississippi. So we do have a good low-level jet there as well. Here's our 700 millibar chart. Again, we have a good jet at 700 millibars as well. But look what's going on here, though, as far as the wind direction goes. Okay, we'll go back to 925 here. And we have kind of a south to southwest flow here. We have 850 millibars, a pretty much south to southwest flow. 700 millibars, pretty much a south to southwest flow. Maybe a little bit more tweaked towards the southwest at 700 millibars, but not by much. So we don't have much in the way of directional shear at the surface. It's pretty much a straight line wind from the surface up to 700 millibars. Let's look here at the 500 millibars. Now we're going to go back here. This is 6Z on for today, or for Thursday, I should say. And I just want to show you the height falls because they are pretty impressive. This is 6Z, this is 18Z, and you can see we have good height falls across the region with this closed upper level low moving in. So that's an ingredient we do have. Is we do have the good upper level 500 millibar height falls. 300 millibars, we have a strong jet coming across as well, and we have some decent divergence across the area too. You can see that very clearly through here. And here's our area of divergence. Right in there like that. So, again, I'm not trying to downplay this. This is not going to be a bust day or anything like that. I'm just questioning whether or not it's going to be a moderate risk type of day. Here's our instability. Nothing really spectacular here. And this is at 18Z. And as you go forward, it doesn't really explode with instability later in the day. So again, this is sufficient instability, but you have the dynamics we have. But is it enough for a moderate risk? Is my question at this point in time. Shear is also very strong shear across the region. Again, the ingredients are there. This is going to be a good severe weather event. It's just, is it going to be an enhanced risk event or a moderate risk event? Looking at some sound. Oops, I have that off center, don't I? Well, let's try to see if we can get that on center. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, there we go. This is out of Tupelo, and again, here's what I was talking about. Look at the winds here. The winds here are pretty much parallel from the surface all the way up. So we are not looking at this is not a tornado sounding with this type of wind profile. Now, it would be a very good heavy wind profile because we have this inverted V-knot signature at the surface. Great instability, a lot of cape here. So there's going to be good evaporational cooling, bringing a lot of these strong winds aloft down to the surface. So I think there are going to be a good number of wind reports out of this. But usually when now I think a lot of this is open to interpretation. when I'm looking at something like a moderate or high risk, I'm thinking, a pretty significant number of tornadoes. And I don't know if that's going to be the case with this particular setup. Take a look here at, this is the Memphis sounding. And again, I mean, we have a ton of instability here. So yeah, even though it's not that impressive on the map, there is a lot of instability to be had. But again, here's our wind, parallel, all the way up. Here's our V-knot, inverted V-knot signature at the surface. So, I do think we are going to see a good number of wind reports out of this as we go through the day. But and maybe the sheer number of wind reports will be enough to justify the moderate risk. But it's just something that I've kind of been looking at and wondering, okay, would enhance be enough at this point? But, maybe because there's going to be a lot of reports, it doesn't make sense to drop it at this point yet and give the impression that the event's not as serious as maybe thought and people let their guard down. So you have to kind of play a mental game as well. As far as the SPC goes, this is the risk. Now, if you remember when I was showing you through the analysis, this area here is where, if there is going to be a moderate risk, this is where it would be. This is where the 850 millibar jet, this is where the good shear was. So if there is a need for a moderate risk, this is a good area to have it. I just wonder if it's needed. That's all, and we'll find out as we go through the day tomorrow. I am meteorologist Jim Rinaldi. That's a look at the severe weather outbreak as we're heading through the day tomorrow. Hope you have a great night.